Okay. Good afternoon, all. My name is Karen. I am the BACCN Conference Director, and welcome for joining me yet again today for another one of our social media chats. This time with Dr. Oliver Tweedy, who is a consultant anaesthetist and the medical director for Sintetica Limited. And it's the first time that they'll be joining us at conference in a couple of days' time. We're really looking forward to it. Oliver, thank you very much for joining us today.
Karen, thank you so much for having us, and it's an absolute pleasure and delight to be supporting the BACCN at this year's virtual conference. So thank you for talking to me, and it'll be great to be joining you this year.
Brilliant. It's a shame we can't be face-to-face. We could have shared some South African wine. Oliver and I realised we're same background, travelling over to the UK. But taking us back to our little chat today, I just wondered, after a year and a half of global pandemic, is there any specific lessons that you as a company learned in things that you can take forward?
Karen, you know, I think they're probably very similar lessons to the lessons that everybody has learned through this period of time. And I think really that's the focus of looking after people and staff, and really how important welfare and well-being is, and that perspective. I think really considering different ways of working, perhaps looking at initiatives and techniques to improve our efficiency of the way we work, really to allow nurses to get back to nursing and to looking after patients. That's really seemed to be quite critical. We do seem to be getting quite a lot of hospitals coming to us with this desire, or if you like, attitude to learn from the pandemic, to sort of not forget what went well, to look at those things, make it better, and to really look at innovative ways of working efficiently, effectively, so that they can improve the time that they have with patients.
I think this year certainly highlighted how well we can work together and how quickly we can change processes and getting things in place. And I don't think as an NHS and as all the companies that are supporting us, we've certainly outdone ourselves in terms of working together for our patients on the unit. Why was it important to you guys? It's the first time that you're coming to conference. Like I said, it would have been lovely to have been face-to-face, but given where we are at the moment, it's our second virtual conference. Why was it important for you guys to join us?
Karen, first of all, you know, to say that you're absolutely right. We really missed that face-to-face. Actually interacting with people is so important, and as good as social media is, and Teams that we've all got used to, it's great to talk to people. We've definitely missed that, and as you say, I'm sorry that in a way it's just a virtual meeting this year. I'm sure we'll be supporting you next year, and we can be together for that. But you know, the importance for us is, I suppose, really a similarity of what's important for the BACCN. You know, that's promoting a safe and high quality evidence-based nursing care. And that's really important to us as well. That's something that we want to support. Part of our strategy really is not really just to provide adverts, but is medical education and information, really to get people to look at better ways of caring for patients. So this conference seems like the perfect platform for Sintetica to inform all of those who are going to be attending of our products, and most specifically our product Sonora, which is our ready-to-administer noradrenaline, and really just to show how this can be used to improve the quality of patient care in a cost-effective manner, whilst at the same time taking care of those things that I spoke about earlier, welfare and well-being of nurses. So it just seems like a great opportunity to engage, really, so that's why we're joining you.
Good. So you guys are doing you've got a session during the program itself, as well as the virtual booth. Do you want to just let our delegates know what the session will be about?
Thank you, Karen. Yes. So I think we've got about 30 minutes, and well, we do want to try and make it as interactive as possible. So the more people join, the more questions that people ask, the more we can have a sort of interactive session. So we will provide some information, obviously, basically as to exactly what our product is. But that really, what they can expect is really how simplicity and innovation can help nurses and pharmacists care for their patients. Really, it's about how adopting standardized processes or standardized concentrations, like those recommended by the Intensive Care Society or Faculty of Intensive Care, and most particularly stopping mixing medicines at the bedside, can redirect nurses' time and attention to actually looking after patients. It's that patient-facing care, rather than doing those activities that are in the background, still perhaps part of a nurse's or pharmacist's job, but ones that we can take the load off so that nurses can get out there and work. We'll also explore and discuss an alternative to delivery of vasopressors. So instead of using a syringe driver, which we still recommend and will help people to use, not to scare people, but there are alternatives which are used in the United States and Australia, where you can get away from that very time-consuming process of double pumping and risky process sometimes. So we can talk about that and explore that. There are quite a few places around the UK already using alternatives. But really our main message is going to focus on using ready-to-administer products and really trying to get that culture into intensive cares. So these products are available, not just ours, but various different products. And it's really trying to empower people to say, well, you know, this is the way forward. This is what you should do. This is going to save my time. It's going to focus my care in the right place. I shouldn't be breaking ampules at the bedside or near bedside. I should be looking after my patient. So that's what we'll be discussing. It's a very simple message, but it seems one that's taken a long time to get through the system. And that's what I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, and it's certainly something that got highlighted during the height of the pandemic. Just making up all those drugs and how time-consuming it is for everybody, and how to make processes safe, given that we couldn't guarantee that you were going to have an intensive care nurse looking after every patient. And so we need to find solutions to make our practice as safe as possible for our patients.
You know, Karen, that's exactly what it's about. It is about safety. You hit the nail on the head there. It's looking at the number of steps. It's reducing those number of steps for a safer practice. I mean, the stories we heard about during the pandemic of teams of nurses just mixing up products. You know, what a waste of good quality care. So, you know, really, that's our message. And as I say, it's an absolute delight to join you for the first time. And thank you so much for welcoming Sintetica to your conference.
Sounds exciting, and we're looking forward to meeting you virtually, albeit. But saying that, 2022 we're in Belfast, and that's definitely going to be face-to-face. So yeah, looking forward to a great working relationship with you guys.
Absolutely. Karen, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.